Are you ready for more lockdowns? So the media and the WHO and all these great places are pushing the Delta variant and how deadly it is. So that's one thing that I think we all need to be prepared for. I think we should be contacting our state governments because they are the ones that are putting these lockdowns and mask mandates into play. The government supposedly doesn't have the right to do a total national lockdown. So each individual state, and you know that a lot of states that have good governors didn't lock down or lock down for a very short time, and those states are doing great. And some states are still have mask mandates in them for people that are unvaccinated. Here in Maine, it was lifted in June, I believe. And so nobody has to wear a mask now unless you go to the doctor's, daycare, school, anything like that. Then you have to wear a mask. So this is something that we all need to, I would say, plan on. I definitely plan on contacting our state and local government officials to make sure that they understand how people feel about these lockdowns. Our governor, when the lockdowns happened here in Maine, our governor worked totally on her own. The state legislature was off. Everybody was sent home. She ran the entire thing completely by herself. So, there was no input of any sort. She and the CDC guy, whoever he is, doctor somebody, they took initiative to just do it all by themselves and do what they thought was right. And, that's not really how government's supposed to work. And we need to be prepared for more lockdowns this coming fall. We need to make sure we have our stuff in order. I think if enough people contact their state representatives, that we could definitely get some pushback on this and possibly stop it in a few places. But there are going to be those states that still think this is something they can do. Then they're going to continue to do this. And I believe more states will lock down come fall because they are really pushing this Delta variant and how deadly it is and how scary it is, and the whole vaccination thing. So we need to get prepared, especially people that live in states that could possibly get locked down, that were locked down. It's probably going to happen again. It's happening in other countries. Australia's locked down. The UK is still on a lockdown. I mean, there are a bunch of places all over the world that have these lockdowns still, and they just keep extending it and extending it and extending it. And I am sure from the looks of what I see on the news and in the media and everything, that they're coming back here. We will be experiencing this again, mask mandates, all this stuff. And I think it's something we really need to get ready for. Hopefully people can stop it, at least in a few states, if enough people, say something, because elections are coming up again next year. So if you are in one of those states that was locked down, I think it's time to go through your pantries and your preps to make sure you have what you need. Everything that's going on right now with lockdowns on top of that, all these cyber problems, things getting shut down, shipping problems. I mean, it is unbelievable the amount of stuff that is happening. We have gas issues across the country. There's just so much, and all of that piled on top of lockdowns possibly coming up in the future. I think that it is important to make sure you go through your preps. Where are your holes? Do you have plenty of everything that you're going to need? Not only lockdowns, but off if the grid goes down, anything like that, while you're in a lockdown, you need to be prepared for non-electricity stuff. And you know, when I just first heard about these lockdowns and things, I tried to use that time. You know, I can't fight it all on my own. We need to band together to really fight this. But when you're already in the thick of it, I use that time to learn new skills, you know, put into practice things that I want to get better at, do more of those. Whether, you know, any time of year, there is things that you can be learning. I mean, even if it's the dead of winter and you get locked down, it's a great time to learn how to grow small plants in your windowsills. It's a great time to learn all kinds of new skills, how to find firewood out in the snow. You know, it's a good time to learn that. I always am looking for new books and things like that to learn new skills from. And if I'm not able to get on the internet, I love videos and things like that, informational articles, but I'm always looking for hard copy books to put on my shelf. And when I have, you know, when the grid is down, because that usually happens here in the winter, we're pretty used to that happening, you know, for a day or so, 2 days. We've gone a couple weeks before with no electricity. And that's something that we are used to and we expect to happen every winter. So we try to keep things in the house to learn new skills with, get different ideas from, different things like that, just to, it helps keep me on my toes, helps me continue to learn. I love to learn new things. I love to try new things. So I'm always looking at what's next, you know, what I always have a list of things I want to learn, and, you know, keep plugging away at those things. And now is a great time to make sure you have all the things that you need to learn a new skill, to have all of the food, all of your personal hygiene, all of your stuff. Do you have enough stuff to get through the winter? You know, you really should be working on making sure you have enough to get through the winter. Even if it's not a lockdown, let's say the grid goes down, or the, you know, the whole shipping and, you know, stores aren't getting deliveries, things like that, stuff like that can happen. And, you know, things are happening every single day. There are still shortages here. We are still seeing things, you know, go looking for a certain thing at the grocery store, and it's hit or miss. You don't know if you're going to find it today or not. So getting ready, getting prepared, I think is so important, and stay on top of this stuff. And, you know, if your state is one of those states that you believe is probably going to lock down, I would definitely be contacting as many people as you can that are for your area, to make sure they know how you feel about this. And if enough people, it would have to be a lot, but if enough people do it, then I think it could change some things. So, but we've got to band together and do this. And, you know, I believe if you want to stay home to protect yourself, you should absolutely be able to. But I don't believe that we should be telling people what they can and cannot do. The government should not be telling us when to stay home, when to wear a mask, how to take care of our families. That's not what they're there for. They're there to represent us, not rule us. And that's it for today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.